you could see, feel and care the welfare of things. Hope you can hear the whispering of a crying heart. We do not wish to be done. We can achieve everything. We only pray to have is the endless understand. Organization of SPMUDA, upholding peace and unity, with hand in hand facing the challenges, obstacles and blissfulness. Here you will not be alone. Your heart will always be cared. SPMUDA is a paradise of the souls blessed with heart. Here in SPMUDA, Christians and Muslims are united. Here in SPMUDA, equal races, no oppression. And if this will taken away, what would I serve with my life already giving all to you? Here in SPMUDA is a home for tribal people. Here in SPMUDA, love, peace and hope for humanity. Blessed by God for humankind, in our heart and soul, for the world until the day I die. I swear with dignity and for eternity, my loyalty to SPMUDA.
A very warm welcome and a beautiful hello to ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host today, and my name is Sameera Aziz. I am a Saudi media person and a businesswoman based in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Universal Children's Day and SPMUDA International 10th Anniversary Awards 2020 here in the digital world where people are globally connected. Ladies and gentlemen, the United Nations World Children's Day was first established in 1954 as Universal Children's Day and is celebrated on 20th November each year to promote international togetherness, awareness among children worldwide, and improving children's welfare. It is a time to celebrate and a time to demand action for child rights. Today is the 20th November of the year 2020, and you are witnessing this Universal Children's Day and the 10th anniversary of SPMUDA live at Zoom platform. And this event is live streamed at the YouTube and Facebook page as well, which is Sameera Aziz Official. And kindly note that later this event will be available on our YouTube channel, Sameera Aziz Official. Thank you very much for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have two parts of this program. In the first part, we will talk about how the kids will reimagine a better world because this year the COVID-19 crisis has resulted in a child right crisis. The cost of the pandemic for children are immediate and, if unaddressed, may last a lifetime. It's time for generations to come together to reimagine the type of the world we want to create. Ladies and gentlemen, at this auspicious occasion of Universal Children's Day, we also have the 10th anniversary of SPMUDA International, and in this gracious event, we will present the awards to those who has given something awesome to the world. The Universal Children Day and the SPMUDA International 10th Anniversary event is included with the awarding of the international personalities chosen by the virtue of their achievements and dedications for humanity, protection of health, economic development, and the promotion of global peace as the Lifetime Achievement Awardees and Universal Children Day Special Recognition honorees. Dear friends, I will also inform you about our prestigious speakers in detail side by side when I will be calling them to address you with their essential information, observation, research, and experiences which can help us to come together to reimagine a better world for children after the COVID-19 crisis. Today, among the speakers, we have Dr. Wafa Kasemi. She's a Philippines Ambassador of Peace and Humanity for UAE, the member of the board of director of SPMUDA International Organization for Peace and Development. She's a senior executive cultural consultant at the Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department, Government of Dubai. We also have Mr. William Regler as our speaker. He is the Peace Ambassador of SPMUDA for USA and Japan, and the Director General of Work for Peace in Japan, and also he is the CEO of Belize Kids English. We have Dr. Sanchi Rastogi as well among our speakers, and she is the consultant pediatric neurologist in Mumbai, India. And we have Tanku Raja Datu Harun Ali. He's an executive director of SPMUDA International at National Capital Region, Philippines. He is the counselor of law, human rights advocate, peacemaker, mediator, humanist, imam, Goodwill Ambassador, event spokesman, and traditional civic leader. Ladies and gentlemen, this Universal Children Day and the SPMUDA International 10th Anniversary Award 2020's event is organized by Sameera Aziz Events, which is in fact my own event company, and this event is held under the umbrella of SPMUDA International for Peace and Development, which is non-profit, non-partisan NGO affiliated to the United Nations Department of Economics and Social Affairs, European Commission, ASEAN Youth, Friends of the Commonwealth, and 28 other prestigious international humanitarian organizations. Let me also inform you that this online conference is pursuant to the mandate of the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, which is in short called UNDESA, in collaboration with different world missionaries of peace and humanity. I would also like to inform you that the prestigious members from the Rotary International Club and World Peace Mission are also here attending this webinar as our guests. Besides that, so many people, men, women, and children are witnessing live this conference worldwide. So we welcome all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, you can choose your friends, but you cannot choose your family. In my case, a lifetime honor come to me on a silver platter. I was chosen to be adopted into the family of the well-respected and honorable leader, Dr. Kamal M. Ali. For some people, having been adopted legally is something that is kept hidden. On my part, I am very proud that I have been honored by Datu Dr. Tanku Kamat M. Ali as Ambassador at Large for Women in Middle East, Gulf, India, and Pakistan, and now one of the Universal Children Day honoree. Dr. Ali, he's a visionary, a humanitarian, and peace icon rolled into one. Among his achievements and his numerous peace and development causes, Dr. Kamad M. Ali, my royal adoptive father, is the founder of the renowned peace organization, the Southern Philippines Muslims and Non-Muslims Unity Development Association, SPMUDA, which was actually amended to SPMUDA International Organization for Peace and Development later. Having been the founder of SPMUDA International, Datu Dr. Kamad M. Ali is deserving for his numerous global awards throughout his leadership. SPMUDA is a phenomenal non-governmental institution which promotes peace, human rights, and empowerment to Muslims and non-Muslims all over the world. His greatness has reached the poorest of the poor up to the most influential people of the world. Datu Ali, despite tracing his lineage from a long royal bloodline of the Ali clan of the royal Hashemite Empire of the royal house of Baloy, he grew up in a very simple environment. As everyone knows by now, the rest is history. History has smiled on Dr. Kamadem Ali, really. If there is one thing that everyone loves about Dr. Kamad Ali is his total honesty in serving his subjects. Together with his family, the people he serves, and the causes he fights for, he lives a very simple life with no land, no property. He has gained the utmost respect and highest admiration for so many people around the world. Such is his power of wisdom, simplicity, and being at peace with oneself. Dr. Ali chooses to face the daily challenges and opportunities of life and propagating his mission and vision of his organization worldwide. Heaven inspires me in 1,001 ways. I can personally say that Dr. Kamat M. Ali is the epitome of simplicity, a person whose entire life and being was dedicated to promoting peace in the world and achieve lasting progress and development for his subjects. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I would like to call our technical support manager, Mr. Junaid, to play the video of SPMUDA President's Profile Legacy. Thank you. That was amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, before going ahead for presenting the message for His Royal Highness Datu Tanku Dr. Kamat Ali, let me tell you that he is the Lifetime Achievement Awardee in 2015 and also bestowed with the World's Best Humanist 2019 award. He is the most central figure recognized by the international leaders and community for his outstanding humanitarian efforts, which promotes world better interreligious harmony and understanding that help to build bridges between the Islamic cultures and Western countries. His Royal Highness Dr. Ali is also recognized by the International Association of Nobelists in Europe and other Royal Nobel charity and humanitarian institutions. He is the founder of SPMUDA International, which is a registered, non-profit, non-partisan NGO. It has branches in 193 countries represented by the volunteer Goodwill Ambassador to link and collaborate understanding, friendship, and cooperation on matters of mutual interest for the welfare and benefits of the underprivileged and the needy people. The Submuda International is recognized and affiliated to the United Nations NGO branch departments of Economic and Social Affairs, European Commission, ASEAN, Friends of the Commonwealth, and 28 prestigious international humanitarian organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to call Tengku Raja Datu Harun Ali to present the message of His Royal Highness Datu Dr. Kamat Ali.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty, Princess Sameera Aziz, for your introduction to our President, your Papa. The founder, Chairman, and President of the SPMUDA International instructed me to read before you his Universal Children's Day message. So allow me to read his message. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the SPMUDA International, guests, and the missionaries of world children, I am greatly pleased and honored to give this short message on the occasion of this Universal Children's Day and the SPMUDA International 10th anniversary to honor leaders for their contribution to their country and humanitarian efforts. Children cannot grow up to become successful adults with values for life without parents, teachers, and the community accepting and fulfilling their overlapping responsibilities. Parents should exercise responsible family planning, meaning do not have more children than you can afford. The need to have children become OFWs in order to provide for the needs of their extended family will hopefully be over in the near future. It is very sad to note that millions of children's education are interrupted due to COVID-19 pandemic. This is the reason why SPMUDA International Organization for Peace and Development called for global coalition effort to defeat COVID-19 in order to restore education program into normal. This current world live in is widely considered as dangerous place for children. They are facing many forms of injustices and problems. One of these is the problem with mortality rate. Children die because of malnutrition. Parents cannot afford the kind of foods that are essential for their children's growth and well-being. They also do not just experience physical hunger, but also intellectual hunger. Good education has been out of reach for most children due to poverty. Children help their parents in raising money, would work instead of playing in the parks, and learning in school too. Even if they are still under the acceptable age for certain kinds of work, from factories to supermarkets, they are still forced. Sometimes work can be an extreme as child trafficking. Children are prone to abuse, like being subjected to sexual abuses and torture. If not work-related, children are generally exposed to conflict. War is a problem all over the world that children cannot escape from easily. Jim Morrison said, the most important kind of freedom is to be what you really are. Children around the world are witnesses to many injustices like racism, gender biases, elitism, gender wars, among others. Freedom seems to be farther and farther from their grasp when it should be a right that has to be determined or maintained. Of this program is entitled as Right of Children for Education, Health, Shelter and Care. Some of the things is SPMUDA, where the need are peace libraries that contain computers for children, school supplies like books, worklocks, medical kit bags, among others, and SPMUDA umbrellas for top 10 pupil peace achievers. The program will begin by identifying communities who are willing to let their children discover what peace really means. After enlisting the children, they will undergo the process of learning that peace goes beyond differences among countries, races, cultures, beliefs, among others. Whatever factors that became hindrances to achieve peace will be abandoned, love for the fellow will flourish. As these programs continue, children will be the future leaders everyone else's desires. Peace will be a priority, and the popular belief that mutual respect is not possible because of diversity of belief will be disregarded. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's Universal Days and its SPMUDA International 10th Anniversary, I am proud to present to the international community the following honors. 1. William Regler, Peace Ambassador, President, Work for Peace, Japan, the United States of America, and Japan. Lit Kyung's Secretary, World Bodies Association, Malaysia. Prince Thanora Nordum, President, Prince Thanora Humanitarian Association, Cambodia. Number 4, Christina Isenberg, CEO, CEP, Diverse Sites, SPMUDA France, Europe. Zanko Ishikawa, Director General, SPMUDA Asia Pacific, Japan. Number 6, Jae Young Jang, President, Rotary Club of Manila Primer, South Korea and Philippines. Number 7, Johnny T. Gelling, Director, MCMEO, Mountain Lava City, Goodwill Ambassador and SPMUDA Vice President for Luzon. 8, by Jen Pyang Sever, Goodwill Ambassador and Director General, USA. 9, David Bruce Jackson, Goodwill Ambassador, Advisor, SPMUDA International. Number 11, Jeropas Vitasitskaran, President, FENCO International, Thailand. 12, Jundit Vera Arnaiz, Vice President, Negros Oriental Maritime Foundation College, Philippines. 13, Sabkota Pradeep, Vice President, SPMUDA Ambassadors Club, Nepal. 14. Oreki Matalam. Number Singer, Goodwill Ambassador, Philippines. Number 15, Sameera Aziz, Goodwill Ambassador at Large of Women for Middle East, Pakistan, and India. Number 16, Miss Saina Sansura, Miss SPMUDA International, India. Number 9, Wafa Ruskalis Kasimi, Goodwill Ambassador, Senior Cultural Consultant, ICAD, Government of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. 10. Mong Yung-Zhu, President, International Interagency Development Association, South Korea. And of course, number 17, yours truly, Goodwill Ambassador, Executive Director, Deputy Ministerial House of Baloi, Darussalam, an International Commission on Mindanao Nobility, Federation of Royal Mao House in the Philippines. And also, I would like to introduce to you the Universal Children Special Recognition Award. 1. Amil Datu Ali, Peace Ambassador, Philippines. 2. Police Lieutenant Amenuddin Mangunday, Peace Ambassador, Philippines. Prince Suman Barua, Golden Ambassador, Bangladesh. His Excellency Kimi Kau Harris, Peace Ambassador, United States of America. Number 5, Marcel Labra, Goodwill Ambassador, Philippines. Number 6, Salami Oladeri Benjamin, Ambassador of Peace, Nigeria. 7, David Manirampa, Goodwill Ambassador, Burundi. Number 8, Dr. Ngui Huang Nam, Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the message and the congratulatory message of our beloved President Tuanko Dr. Kamad Manguntara Ali. Thank you very much again. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Raja Datu Harun Ali. Yes, as the message of His Royal Highness says that it is very sad to note that millions of the children's educations are interrupted due to COVID-19 pandemic, and this is the reason. This is why SPMUDA International Organization for Peace and Development calls for the global coalition effort to defeat COVID-19 in order to restore education program into normal. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I would like to call our technical support manager to play the videos, among which there are some memories of SPMUDA's 7th founding anniversary and Universal Children's Day of 2016. Watch it.
خارجة سينمائية سعودية.
وجدت أقوى وسيلة للوصول في القرن ال21 هي الأفلام، وقد تعلمت صناعة الأفلام من المخرجين في هوليوود، وقمت بالمشاركة في أفلام هنا بالسعودية من أجل أن أنقل صورة واقعية عن المجتمع السعودي، ولكن لا زلت صحفية، والصحافة في قلبي.
बसत खुलूस बसत एहतमाम पैदा कर खामोशियों में भी शाने कलाम पैदा कर.
Thank you, and that was really very informative. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to tell you about our first speaker, Dr. Wafa R. Kasime. Friends, she is the Senior Executive Cultural Consultant and works for the Islamic Affairs of Charitable Activities Department, Government of Dubai. She is the Philippine Ambassador of Peace and Humanity for UAE and a member of the board of director of SPMUDA International Organization of Peace and Development and Transfer Humanitarian Peace. Earlier, she was the Deputy Minister of Finance and SPMUDA International, and she has received SPMUDA International Lifetime Award as well. From 2015, 3 years in a row, she was recognized as the influential Filipino woman in the Gulf and also recognized as the influential Filipino woman in the world. She was the 14th Regional Director General of SPMUDA International and the most outstanding ambassador of peace and humanity in over 197 countries worldwide. This was awarded to her in recognition of her exemplary services to the international community humanitarian aid. She has achieved several awards for the Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department, Government of Dubai. She was also awarded by United Nations on 23rd March 2018 by SPMUDA International Organization for Peace and Development. She was also appreciated as a five-star SPMUDA Goodwill Ambassador Achievers in 2019 and placed among top 10 active members of SPMUDA International. Friends, she has also received appreciation by the Dubai Police. She has been involved in supporting the academic part of the society by becoming the part of governing council, and she is the vice chairperson of the Philippine School Governing Council. She has been a speaker to different commencement, Gulf region, United Arab Emirates, and Philippines. She was the Felcom chairman and advisor of Dubai Northern Emirates. She has been the regional chairman of the Middle East and the African Network of Filipino Diaspora, and she is also the advisor of Philippines Independence Day and at Bayanihan Festival. She has achieved awards like Begum Bayani Award, Malakangan Presidential Award, Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department, Government of Dubai Award, and in 2007, she was nominated for Sheikh Mohammed Excellence Award and also received Global Award in the World Water Day by United Nations. So, my dear ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Wafa Kasime to speak on the topic encouraging charity for orphan and non-orphan and feeding for the poor. Dr. Wafa Kasime, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi. I would like to extend the greetings of Madam Wafa because Madam Wafa right now is on her way going to the another speaking because she is invited also in the graduation of the UK University here in Dubai. So, in behalf of her, she just wanted to extend her greetings to all of you, and she wanted me to speak in behalf of her. So, this topic about encouraging charity for orphan and non-orphan, and of course, feeding the poor. Everyone, I would like to greet Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. She just wanted to tell you that life is not all about cupcakes and strawberries. So, there will always be times that those sweet treats will become dull and tasteless. So we all know that these past few months, we faced a lot of challenges due to COVID-19. Not only that, but right now, everyone is facing everything like a tsunami, typhoon. So everything is there. So we didn't expect things to happen this way, and it's too drastically. But life, we should remember, but that life doesn't stop there. So we crawled back our way back to life, and we are now living in the new normal. Today, we are all celebrating another special occasion, which is the Universal Children's Day. It's another year to believe in our children, that they are the future of our nation. We all believe in that, right? So, as what our Miss Universe before told, that it's not poverty that killed our children's dreams, but it's the lack of support. We should always remember that. She believed as well that charity begins at home. You will never call yourself a successful one if you didn't help your family first. Every time we heard about the word charity, we are all thinking that it's all about donating money and things. But if you look on the deeper meaning of it, it's about giving, but at the same time, you're inspiring, you're making a difference and impact into someone else's lives. The question here is, how are we going to relay the true meaning of charity to our children? Education and guidance are crucial at this point because our children need to see it properly from us. It will start from us in order for them to be nurtured successfully. One thing I learned, or she learned along the way, is that charity is not showing off. If that's the definition of charity for you, then definitely charity is not the cup of your tea if you're only interested in fame. Charity is all about pure intentions and giving such with a pure heart and not expecting something in return. The moment that you know that your little deed of charity has brought a smile in someone else's faces, then that's the moment you will achieve a peace of mind, which you truly desire from the bottom of your heart. The knowledge that you're able to help others is hugely empowering. And in return, it's fulfilling. Especially at this point, at this time of our lives, everyone needs charity, not only by giving a physical amount or something, but holistically. It also strengthens our personal values that having the privilege to change someone else's lives come with its sense of obligation. At the same time, we were able to encourage others in giving and introduce to them the sense of generosity, which can make positive changes in the world. Because one person that can be changed, that you will change his or her life, it will affect everyone else. Lastly, as we are giving charity, we are also touching the emotional core of a person. In short, we are approaching the person in holistically manner in order for them to feel that they are not alone, that there are still people who cares for them. All I can say is that always bless others, for the blessings will come around to you as well. To our children, as they grow older, let them discover that they have two hands. One for helping yourself, because without helping yourself, you cannot help others. And the other one is helping others. So those two hands, teach the children that those two hands are crucial and critical in helping others. So in behalf of Madam Wafa, I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Wafa Kasime, for mentioning the deeper meaning of charity, which you consider that it is about giving. But at the same time, you are inspiring, making a difference and impact to someone else's life. Very correct. So let's go ahead. Right now, I would like you to see the videos, and I would like you to see some best of some was interesting indeed. To proceed further, I would like to introduce you to our next speaker, Mr. William Regler. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. William Regler is the Director General of Walk for Peace, Japan, and has been teaching English over 30,000 Japanese kids for 44 long years with passion. He's a CEO of Belize Kids English. He is the Peace Ambassador of SPMUDA for USA and Japan. He is a book author, writer, educator, and children's missionary. With a great sense of humor, we found him an expert in spontaneous public speaking. He has traveled almost 67 countries for peace and has been taking along relief goods since 1985. He is an excellent encourager, as we see his statement. If I can lift up just one, so can you. He has been inspiring people with courage, spirit, and confidence. This is his daily mission to bring people into reality. He wants the world to share his vision for shifting to ecstatic living. He authored a book, Living My Ecstatic Life. All the eyes at the cover page of this book ask, why does this white guy wear the African shirt? And he wore this African shirt on his peace missions to less developed countries, many in Africa. It is soaked with the smiles, shining eyes, and memories of the people he has helped. The children there saw his short sleeves and wanted to touch his arms, not a skin color they see every day. In Africa, they call him the man with the golden heart. Dear ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this man with a golden heart, Mr. William Regler, to speak on the topic, the long journey as missionary of peace and children development in foreign countries.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be with you all today on this auspicious occasion, celebrating children, our greatest hope for our future. My name is William Regler, Director General of NPO Walk for Peace and CEO of Belize Kids English, as it was mentioned. I have been teaching over 30,000 Japanese kids for 44 years to love English, not just to speak it. I want them to love communicating in our world common language. I use my passion to give them passion. Then they can never get enough. Many have gone on using their English abilities to find better universities and eventually fulfilling jobs. Some now work in the United Nations. Many have returned to thank me for encouraging them. I now teach my students. I begin at age 2. I have them in class until they graduate primary school. What have I learned? Kids need to feel worthy, loved, and positive about themselves. I began my I Am project in class with that in mind, and I offer this to any teacher who is interested. They each take a turn saying, I am a girl, a student, a son, a granddaughter, Japanese, amazing, important, enough, creative, healthy, safe, happy, etc. I see the 6th grade boys needing to remain until the last one standing, saying, I am beautiful, I am cute. 44 years ago, boys could not and would not say these things. We change our world. I teach respect for elders, for classmates, for property, for nature, and for self. I tell them, behind you are standing long lines of your ancestors, watching over you, praising you, cheering you on. Always make them proud in your words and in your deeds. I never have discipline problem, though some of my staff do. When I enter the room, the air shifts. They feel a grandfather syndrome, perhaps. At home, they see mom and dad every day. They push boundaries, cause trouble with siblings, etc., because they want attention. But when grandpa is around, they want to become angels. I find this an advantage of age. I call it seasoned love. Around the globe, many have asked me, will you be my dad? Or, to some, my grandpa. I found this especially in Luanda after the genocide. My answer is, I would be honored. Kids need consistency. They again feel safe with boundaries. Last year, I began my Mismatched Socks for Inclusion movement. I told them since all colors and patterns are better together, a skin color lesson, I would mismatch my socks from now on. Now, even still, some are looking at my feet as I enter the classroom to see if I am still doing that. I am a man of my word. Some also come to class with mismatched socks, even though it's not compulsory. As adults, as parents, as teachers, and as humans, we are constant role models. My life focuses on honesty, integrity, and being the best I can be. My children were not easy lessons for me, but they were so valuable. Both have become respected teachers in our society here in Japan. My son has become a caring husband and great papa. My daughter is a great partner to her fiance. Our parents are always shining through us every day of our lives. My mother was a saint who taught me compassion and kindness. My father was a bigot. His favorite word was the N-word. This was the reason a country boy from Kentucky left with a tent, a backpack, a guitar, and his thumb for hitchhiking. If I had a perfect TV dad, I probably would not have traveled to 67 countries. So I am grateful for both parents, respectively. I feel no shame in using the word bigot. My advice: want a good legacy? Live a good life. I have overcome my past and I'm living my dream. I have been a peace walker for more than 50 years, an ambassador of peace awardee in SPMUDA, and a member of the World Peace Friendship Mission. I would never talk to my children, small children, about war or peace. I would begin once they are teenagers, explaining the hardships of war and the necessity to bring peace to our world. Little children should have their space to be little children. I am very hopeful with the young people, especially seeing the positive influence on the US elections. Young people will no longer agree with corporate war greed and senseless killing. They will lead us to peace. To the parents, you must create a peaceful, safe environment as free from conflict as possible. Again, children watch their role models. Be the best role model for peace that you can be. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. William Regler, for sharing your memorable experiences with us. I agree with you that kids need consistency. They again feel safe with the boundaries. Kids need to feel worthy, loved, and positive about themselves. Right now, I would like to call our technical support to play some videos, especially about the SPMUDA, when it goes from UK to Africa in a mission. You'll enjoy it. Thank you. Now it's time to move further to listen to the valuable medical advice over COVID-19 effects on children from our next speaker, Dr. Sanchi Rastogi. Friends, she is the consultant pediatric neurologist in Mumbai, India, and working in Bai Jarbai Vatia Hospital for Children, doing her pediatric neurology fellowship. During corona pandemic times, she served in casualty COVID-19 with her duties in rotation, apart from seeing neurological patients. Formerly, she was the assistant professor in the Department of Pediatric for teaching postgraduate students and managing the pediatric unit. Later, she worked as a pediatric neurology registrar in SRCC Children's Hospital in Mumbai. She has experience for working in a busy pediatric neurology unit in the Sion Hospital in learning disability and autism clinics. She has participated in outreach camps organized by Jai Vakil Foundation for special kids who are neurologically challenged. She is fond of traveling, reading, and painting. She aims to organize camps for kids in the small villages. She has been participated in workshops and conferences as an active professional to serve her society and the world. She has done her research for the risk factors associated with the mortality of severe pneumonia in pediatric patients. She chose to be the pediatric neurologist because she loves children and feels that special kids are neurologically challenged. So we should make their life better and painless by helping them to avoid further secondary complications. She wants these special kids should not be considered as a burden to the family or the society by providing them with humanitarian services. I would like to inform to our technical support manager to show the presentation of Dr. Sanchi Rastogi while she will be speaking. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Sanchi Rastogi to speak about the topic of how COVID-19 affected children and what are the preventative measures.
Thank you. Warm good evening to you all. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you, Ms. Sameera Aziz, for this wonderful opportunity. Today, I am grateful to be here and delivering this talk in front of all of you. So my talk will basically focus on how COVID-19 affects pediatric population and what are the ways to prevent the infection. So coronavirus is a large family of virus which causes mild infection ranging from common cold to severe respiratory infection. It is a new virus which was given a new name on February 11th, 2020 by International Committee on Taxonomy of Virus when the pandemic was announced. As you all know, it has affected the countries from all over the world, adult as well as pediatric population. Next slide, please. So despite the worldwide spread, the data of COVID-19 remain largely unclear among children. In the States as well as globally, it affects around 7.3% of population of children. In India, it accounts for less than 5% cases. Luckily, for us, case fatality is as low as 0.5% in pediatric population. Next slide, please. So why there's less affection of pediatric population? One thing, there are logical reasons behind it. The good innate immunity of children is one of the reasons. Other thing is COVID-19 mainly affects the ACE receptors, which is immature in children. Then children have healthier respiratory tracts. They are lesser exposed to smoke and pollution. And this role of protective role of BCG vaccination, which in India is mandatory for all children at birth. So there is some role of protection by that vaccine. Apart from that, children, they get recurrent infection from common viruses like common cold viruses, influenza, which provide some cross immunity because of the cross infection. Next, please. So clinical presentation generally it has asymptomatic infection. Apart from that, most common symptom is fever, cough and cold, sore throat, and some generalized body ache and fatigue. There can be other symptoms like loose motions and vomiting, and it can affect CNS as causing seizures as well. Next, please. So, when to suspect COVID-19 in a child? When there is a history of contact to a COVID positive adult patient, when there is residence in the containment zone, persistence of high grade fever, presence of cold, cough and similar symptoms of respiratory coronavirus, and when there are any comorbidities like any heart disease, any systemic illness in child, we should be more vigilant and suspect COVID-19 infection. Next, please. So, for simplification, we have divided COVID into 5 categories. It includes milder forms, asymptomatic and without any comorbidities, to severe forms causing respiratory failure and ICU admission. Next, please. So, for simplification, it is divided into mild, moderate, and severe forms. So, mild form only requires home quarantine or supportive care. Moderate form requires hospitalization in a hospital and observation and management. And severe forms require ICU monitoring and medications like tocilizumab and injectables remdesivir. So this is the most dreaded complication of COVID-19. I won't go into the details. It just means that apart from fever and infection and inflammation, it affects other organs of the body. And so it causes a serious infection, which can be fatal. So it should be tackled in ICU setup. So what are the danger signs? High grade fever for more than 72 hours, severe acute respiratory infections, seizures, altered sensorium, gastrointestinal symptoms like abdominal pain, loose motions and vomiting, or any cardiac involvement. So what testing needs to be done? So we don't test all the tests in a single patient. For example, if a child is mild affected, so only COVID-19 RT-PCR is tested and the basic tests are done. In severe cases, only we go for advanced investigations. Next, please. We can skip this slide. This as well. Okay, so apart from COVID-19, there are other viruses in the air which can mimic COVID-19 infection like influenza, parainfluenza, human rhino, adenoviruses. So that's why COVID-19 RT-PCR testing is important in a child in whom we are suspecting COVID-19 infection. So I will give a short outline for treatment. So we normally stabilize the patient if oxygen requirement is there or ventilation requirement is there, that is given. Apart from that, main concern is monitoring and feeding of the child. Drug therapy like various antibiotics like azithromycin, doxycycline, tocilizumab, remdesivir are given as per the severity. And counseling is important as well as home quarantine and follow-up of the patient. We can skip this slide. This as well, yeah. Next slide. So apart from the child, it is very important for the caretaker of the COVID-19 positive patient to be admitted from the with the child, and they should also take all the protective measures for COVID-19 infection, like following hand hygiene and hydroxychloroquine prophylaxis. So counseling is very important for a sick child, counseling of the parents. So we admit the child and we, according to the severity, whether it's mild, moderate and severe infection, the parents are counseled and there is contact tracing of the symptomatic contacts so that their siblings and other family members can be treated. So then the other important part of my talk is prevention of infection. So the main thing we are hearing in this pandemic is social distancing. So if any member is having fever or any symptoms, they should be isolated till the diagnosis is established, and they should be stay away from the children and better away from crowded places. It's better to avoid outdoors in the or the crowded places like colony parks for the children, as it is the potent source of infection. Also, I would like to emphasize on the use of personal protective gears like gloves and face masks to cover, and which should be fitted properly. Use of hand sanitizers frequently and intermittently, and other basic hygiene measures like taking a bath and washing the clothes in hot water. Apart from that, basic hygiene is always encouraged, like brushing the teeth regularly, regular bathing. Child should use wash their hand with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, and they should use hand sanitizer frequently. So these are the 6 steps of hand hygiene which we normally as medical professionals follow. But this in pandemic situation, everybody should follow these 6 steps, in which and at least these should be done for 20 seconds to remove the hotspots for the viruses. And other important point for prevention is the proper diet. For a child less than 6 months, exclusive breastfeeding is crucial to avoid infections and avoidance of milk or complementary feeding. From 6 months to 2 years, breastfeeding should be continued. Apart from that, complementary feeding should be continued. For an older child, diet should be a balanced diet. Next slide. For older child, it should be a balanced diet, and diet should be rich in supplements like vitamin C, vitamin D, and protein, and rich in energy-dense food. And also food should boost immunity. Like we can use natural immunity boosters like tulsi and garlic. The next important question is vaccination. Till COVID-19 vaccination is under trial, it is one of the most important questions in minds of the parents, that whether we should vaccinate our child with a routine immunization. So answer to that question is yes, because it boosts up the immunity and it prevents other common infections. And so all the vaccines have different role, and child should be vaccinated as per the immunization schedule of the country. And other supplements like zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, all boost up the immunity. So these are crucial for providing immunity against the virus. Also, I would like to say that we should avoid the overdose of social media, because we should talk positive in front of the child, and we should refrain from talking all the COVID-related situation to unnecessarily create panic and disturbance or depression in the child's mind. But at the same time, we should also encourage the child to ask the doubts and answer the queries, and tell them the importance of hand hygiene and social distancing for the time being. So WHO defines health as it is a state of not merely the absence of illness, but the state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being. So all the 3 domains or tiers are important for the child health, and not just the absence of illness. So there are some ways. One thing is social distance. Next slide, please. So social distancing, minimum distance of 6 feet is required. We should improve we should use other ways of social communication like video calling or online chatting, and avoid social gatherings. Also, mental well-being is equally important. Since kids are at home and they are not going to school, it's important for them to, parents can set a schedule. They can give creative games like drawings or Scrabble. They can play Scrabble. These things will keep the child busy, apart from the online classes. Next slide, please. Yes, we can skip this. Also, the physical well-being is equally important, as I said. So instead of going to crowded places, child can play in the backyard or play games which can be played in a small space, like skipping, playing, cycling, and other things. So I would like to say everybody should take advantage of this work from home situation and enjoy the family time we have. Otherwise, we are always busy and we don't have time of family. And this COVID-19 has given one positive thing to give time to the family. So we can. That's what I said, that we should find ways to encourage our child to do other daily chores and help us in our daily activities, which will keep the child busy instead of playing video games or increasing the screen time. So next important question in the parents' mind is that when to start schooling, when to send the child back to school, and is there any risk? So definitely yes. Till vaccine is not there, going back to school and is definitely a risk causing reinfection. So for that, online classes has been started. Apart from that, we have to understand that the practice of social distancing, it's the new normal. So whenever schools are started, we have to practice social distancing as well as the other basic protective measures. The most important thing is parents should know when to seek professional help. So in any child with fever, high grade fever, cough and cold, and any other symptom related to COVID-19 or any other behavioral issues, they should seek professional help, as early diagnosis prevents complications. So my take home message would be that fortunately in pediatric population, COVID-19 cases are not very severe, and they are generally in children with pre-morbid health conditions like severe anemia or any heart disease or kidney disease. So we should also understand the new normal lifestyle, which is the social distancing and the basic hygiene. We should know when to seek medical help whenever necessary, and preventive measures should be taken seriously to avoid complications. Thank you. Thank you all for the patient hearing.
Thank you, Dr. Sanchi Rastogi, for such an excellent presentation. It is really alarming that despite worldwide spread, the epidemiological and clinical patterns of COVID-19 remain largely unclear among children. And I really agree with you, Dr. Sanchi Rastogi, that we must adopt the new normal lifestyle, seek medical help whenever necessary, preventative measures like hand hygiene and social distancing to be taken seriously. Right now, I would like to call our technical support to play the video about feeding and peace exhibit in Iloilo. We are going to move further closer to the next part of our event, which is the award ceremony. But before that, our last speaker, Tengku Raja Datu Harun Ali, is here among us since the beginning when he presented the message of the founder of SPMUDA International. Ladies and gentlemen, Tengku Raja Datu Harun Ali is an executive director of SPMUDA International, National Capital Region, Philippines. He is a counselor of law, human rights advocate, peacemaker, mediator, humanist, imam, Goodwill Ambassador, event spokesman, traditional civic leader. He attained the degree of Juris Doctor, Law, Sharia lawyer by profession, practicing locally and internationally, and also gained Bachelor of Science in Public Administration and Advanced Citizen Military Training. He is a Deputy Prime Minister of Baloi Dar es Salaam, International Commission of Mindanao Nobility, and a Goodwill Ambassador for Humanity and Peace, SPMUDA International. He is a former Chief Designate in Conciliation and Mediation Board, Legal Division, Philippines Commission on Human Rights Regional Office. He was president of College of Public Affairs and was a Prefectus Maximus of the Mu Kappa Phi Exclusive Law Fraternity. He is a member of the Rear Guard Incorporation, Alpha Sigma Phi International, and MSU Karate Club. He advocates and sponsors the establishment of a global human solidarity as one of the platforms to end and avoid war. He is a humble prince, Tengku Raja and Datu, as he conveys that humbleness dictates humility. There is no substitute for being a low profile and a righteous. He served as an advisor and pro bono consultant for the benefit of the society and of the humanity, whether in the field of good political governance, economic progress, social affairs and cultural development, or public safety during this challenging moment caused by the COVID-19. He says to the politicians to bear in mind that they are the servants of public. They should value life than the material world as a model and as a leader. He led and assisted the Rotary International Relief Goods operations and medical missions of the Philippines during Marawi siege, being the great president of the Rotary Club of Manila, Quiapo Central. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call Tengku Raja Datu Harun Ali to speak on the topic of end war exploitation against innocent children and eradicate raping of minor, prostitution, pornography, and trafficking.
Thank you very much, Princess Sameera Aziz, for your kind introduction. Well, I begin with my message with the name of Almighty Allah, the most merciful and the most beneficent. I also coupled with my sincerest prayer for our protection and for the protection of what our God bestow upon us, our children, from the destruction, influence of Satan. Today, it's time to remind the entire humanity across the globe that our children are in danger. In view of the fact that some of them are displaced by war happening in many places. International syndicates eventually subjected them for human trafficking, exploitation, prostitution, pornography, organ market selling, and illegal drug trafficking runners. Some are not only victims of child abuse, but are actually experiencing psychological, physical, economic, and social or sexual violence. Indeed and in truth, together we can save our children from these illegal or evil activities if we faithfully do our role to protect them and guard them free from abuses and violence. We urge, or it is urging, both international and local authorities to intensify their system in pursuit of maintenance of children's safety, peace of mind, or rapid development by upgrading the investigation and prosecution proceeding to possibly speedily, justly, and effectively arrest those who are doing mischievousness and corruption on land against our innocent children and against the right of the humanity. It is indeed the everyone else's exercise of freedom of expression through utterances and write-ups in social media and also in the television, both international or local, plays an important role to awaken world leaders to partnering the masses in eradicating any activity that diminishes, that effectively diminishes the children's right to life, property, and liberty. Parents are the primary responsible for the development and protection of the children, thereby giving them an opportunity to attain a successful and respectful life with sufficient education to be a responsible, peace-loving members of the society with sincere adherence to the policy of world peace, amity with all nations. Everybody can be a missionary of peace and for humanity, in as much as everyone else's incessant endeavor in life to protect and develop children's coupled with a prayer for the safety of all is indispensable and necessary. To discourage the proliferation of war, internationally or locally, is our greatest clamor in life. Since, believe me, no one wins in war except Satan, the evil. Human being will be surely lost through war. No one is safe in nuclear war, the nuclear warfare at this time, because everybody knows that nuclear warfare turns our buildings, our belongings, our lands, our properties, the mankind into ashes. However, the humanity will win if we can settle our differences without restoring to war. Much more nevertheless, if we can promote global alliance of human solidarity towards transforming the world into a better place and the people to be the best generation among the generations. And to make our time as the greatest time, the peaceful time of all times, and most importantly, the attainment of supreme success, not only in his life, but also in the day after life. Ladies and gentlemen, I will end my message by conveying again the greetings of peace. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for giving me an attention with this important message to humanity, and my heartfelt congratulations to the honorees and the awardees of the 10th SPMUDA anniversary during this Universal Children Days. Thank you very much, and wassalam.
Thank you, Tengku Raja Datu Harun Ali. This is an amazing advice that we can promote global alliance of human solidarity towards transforming the world in a better place, and the people to be the best generation, make our time as the most significant time of all times. And most importantly, the attainment of supreme success, not only in this life, but also in the day after life. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to move ahead with our second part of the program of the Universal Children Day and the 10th anniversary of SPMUDA International, which is included with the awarding of the international personalities chosen by the virtue of their achievements and dedication for humanity, protection of health, economic development, and promotion of global peace as the Lifetime Achievement Awardees and United Children Day Special Recognition honorees. I would like to request to all honorable awardees to pay attention as I am getting to call out their names and short profiles. Our first awardee is Amil Datu Ali. He is a Peace Ambassador and Head of SPMUDA Commission on Public Safety and Security, BARMM. Our second awardee is Police Lieutenant Aminuddin Mangonde. He is the Peace Ambassador and Head of SPMUDA Commission on Public Safety and Security, Philippines. Third awardee is Prince Suman Barua. He is a Deputy Director General of SPMUDA ASEAN countries. He is also a Goodwill Ambassador. He is from Bangladesh. Our fourth awardee is His Excellency Kamiko Hinares. He is a Peace Ambassador, Deputy Director General of SPMUDA. He's from USA. Our fifth awardee is Miss Marshall Labra. She is a Goodwill Ambassador at SPMUDA International. She is a head of Muntinlupa Dance Company, Philippines. Our sixth awardee is Mr. Salami Aludare Benjamin. He is the Peace Ambassador at SPMUDA. He is international multi-awarded for various social activity in his country and caring for African children. He's from Nigeria. Seventh awardee is Mr. David Manirampa. He is the YCI Burundi and SPMUDA Goodwill Ambassador representative. Our eighth awardee is Dr. Nguyen Huang Nam. He is a SPMUDA International Head Representative. He is from Vietnam. Our ninth awardee is Mr. William Regler. He is the Director General of Work for Peace Japan and he is the CEO of Belize King English. He's from America. Our 10th awardee is Mr. Lee Kecheong. He's a Secretary General. He's a World Buddhist Association Secretary General and Director General of SPMUDA International ASEAN. And he is from Malaysia. Our 11th awardee is Prince Tanora Norodom. He is the president of Prince Tanora Humanitarian Assistance. He's from Cambodia. Our 12th awardee is Miss Christina Isenberg. She is CEO of Cape Diverse Sites, SPMUDA International Europe. She's from France. Our 13th awardee is Miss Chonko Ishikawa. She is the Director General of SPMUDA Asia Pacific. She's from Japan. Our 14th awardee is Mr. Jae Hyung Jiang. He is the president of J Global Business Corporation, South Korea. He is from Philippines. Our 15th awardee is Mr. Johnny T. Quinlan. He is the director office of Muslim Affairs, Muntinlupa City. He's a vice president of SPMUDA Luzon. He is from Philippines. Our 16th awardee is Bai Jenny Bien Shiver. She is the Director General of SPMUDA International. She is from United States of America. Our 17th awardee is Ms. Wafa Husseini. She is the Senior Cultural Consultant and IACA, the Government of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Our 18th awardee is Mr. Moon Yong-jo. He is the President of International Interagency Development Association. He is from South Korea. Our 19th awardee is Miss Jura Pespita Sitakar. She is the president of PINCO International. She is from Thailand. Our 20th awardee is Miss Judith Vera Arnaiz. She is the president of Negros Maritime College Foundation Incorporation in Philippines. Our 21st awardee is Mr. Sapkota Pradeep. He is the director of Sunway Research and Innovative Center, president of Change Nepalese Mission, and representative of SPMUDA SICCI International. He is from Nepal. Our 22nd awardee is Mr. Ricky Matalan. He is the Peace Ambassador of SPMUDA International. He's from Philippines. And our 23rd awardee is myself, Ms. Sameera Aziz. I have to call out my own name as the host of this event. Anyway, I'm a chairperson of Sameera Aziz group of companies, and I'm a media person and ambassador at large of Women and Children Middle East, Pakistan, and India, and I'm from Saudi Arabia. Our 24th awardee is Miss Shaina Sansara. She is a Miss Earth India 2017 and Miss SPMUDA International. Our 25th awardee is Mr. David Bruce Jackson. He is a Goodwill Ambassador of SPMUDA, Maryland, USA, and a senior advisor. He is from USA. And our 26th awardee is Tanku Raja Datu Harun Ali, PPM Royal House of Baloi Darussalam, INC MP Philippines. Thank you. We congratulate to all the awards achievers in this prestigious occasion of the respected organization SPMUDA International at its 10th anniversary and the Universal Children's Day. You are indeed an amazing people who are giving so much to the world, and this should be highlighted to inspire others to make the world a better place for all. Thank you for all of you. Thank you so much. Our heart should be full of gratitude and boundless optimism while we move ahead, determined, united, and ready to welcome the new era after defeating COVID-19, inshallah. Not to forget, we must salute to all those medical team, paramedics, and volunteers who fought and are still fighting in the difficult times of COVID-19. Thanks for their sacrifices, their bravery, and their tireless compassion. I really appreciated the time you spent for this Universal Children's Day today. Your presence here is clear proof that you value humanity, and that's how you have been contributing to making this world a better place to live in. I am grateful for the peacekeepers and members of the Rotary Club and World Peace Friendship Mission, and also for each and every person who attended this conference, and even those who will watch this conference later in the recording. We have honorees of Rotary Club of Nagpur West among us today, Dr. K.S. Rajan, Dr. Sushruth Rajan, Dr. Vinay Tule, Mr. Tushar Agarwal, and Mr. Jayaprakash Sharma. From World Peace Friendship Mission, we have here among us Mr. Nilebant, Mr. Chandrasekhar Karkar, and Mr. Khalid Rahman Shakir. Thank you so much, dear peacekeepers, for being here with us. I'm also extremely grateful to our speakers, Dr. Wafa Qasimi, Mr. William Rigler, Tanku Rajadatu Harun Ali, and Dr. Sanchi Rastogi for their thought-provoking speeches for the betterment of the world for the children. I am thankful for the founder of SPMUDA International, His Royal Highness Datu Dr. Kamal Ali, who is my papa, and I am proud of being his official princess daughter. I'm thankful for him for trusting me to organize this International Peace Conference today. And thank you, SPMUDA International, for honoring me with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Ladies and gentlemen, mothers and fathers, teachers, nurses and doctors, government leaders and civil society activists, religious and community elders, corporate moguls and media professionals, as well as young people and children themselves, can play an important part in making World Children's Day relevant for the societies, communities, and nations. World Children's Day offers each of us an inspirational entry point to advocate, to promote, and to celebrate children's rights, translating into dialogues and actions that will build a better world for children. The world is a global village, and we will defend our planet against all threats and protect against all dangers. We promise that we will rekindle new confidence and a new spirit that can only be realized through love for humanity without any discrimination. We can collectively overcome the enormous challenges before us and use the crisis of COVID-19 as an opportunity to rebuild a more sustainable world. Ladies and gentlemen, On this Universal Children's Day and the 10th anniversary of SPMUDA International, let us together pray. May our world prosper always and be saved. Now, at this moment, I would like to say all of you a beautiful goodbye with a lovely promise that we will continue our efforts for peace, for love, and we never lose hopes. Together, we can fight and defeat COVID-19. Thank you so much. Ma salama. Bye bye.